Hello, have you ever noticed when driving north on the M1, when you reach junction 32, the motorway takes a sharp turn to the left? Why does it do this? If anything, you want to head away from Sheffield, not towards it. The M1, it's a motorway, and you've probably heard of it. It first opened in 1959, running from today's junction 5 to junction 18, which is not quite the M1 we're familiar with. This would come over the next 40 years or so, whilst various extensions and add-ons were made. But the bit we're interested in sits on a section of the M1 that was completed in 1967. Junction 32, or the Thurkcraft Interchange, is a sizable free-flowing junction located in Yorkshire near Thurkcraft, from which the interchange takes its name. It connects the M1 and M18 motorways, and it's here that the M1 makes its sharp turn. But that wasn't always the plan. What we have today is the result of someone in a road planning organisation changing their mind. The original plan for the M1 was for it to run from London to Doncaster, where it would connect up with the A1M. At today's junction 32, a large interchange would be built and a spur motorway constructed running towards Sheffield that would be given its own number, and the spur would later have been extended northwards to Leeds. Hang on, isn't that exactly what they ended up building? Yes, the actual layout of the motorways in this area is in line with the original plan, but what isn't is the motorway numbering. Someone in the road department changed their minds as to how the motorways should be numbered. What they wanted to do was get rid of the motorway spur having its own number and make that part of the M1, and what was going to be the M1 bit heading towards Doncaster would be allocated a new number, which was to be the M18, a number that, as far as I can tell, was chosen for no other reason that it was available. The reason they sought to make these changes was because they realised that their original plan was the wrong way round. The spur motorway to Leeds was seen as secondary to the main route of the M1 heading to Doncaster, and it should have been the opposite because Sheffield and Leeds are far larger cities, and who cares about Doncaster anyway? So by changing the numbers around, the M1 primary route would now go from London to Leeds via Sheffield, which makes a lot more sense, and the Doncaster bit would be the M18, working as a link to the M1 from the A1M before being extended at a later stage. But because of these road numbering changes, where before the M1 would have carried on upwards, it's now forced to take a sharp turn towards Sheffield, and if you think it looks a bit out of place, the tight turn, not Sheffield, then yes, I'd agree with you, but as we've learned, it was never supposed to be like this. Thanks very much for watching, I'll see you guys soon.